Hey guys, welcome back to Green Hand Green Thumb. So today we're trying to dig out the root. So this is actually supposed to be the leftover from the tree that we cut down recently. In this case, we actually can see that this piece of the roots are still left over. So we're gonna try to dig it out from the ground. To explain a little bit, these are 3 pieces of tools that we would need: hatchet, and then the little shovel, and then electric saw. So basically what we're trying to do is we're going to use this little shovel to open up the root area, right? So that we see where it ends. And then next we're going to use this saw to cut them into smaller pieces. But please note that this is not gonna completely cut through, and that's where that is gonna come in. Well, you can either use an axe or just this. I put a link for the Home Depot tool in the video description. We're going to use the axe to chop up the roots that are cut into little pieces. Alrighty guys, I did 2 cuts here, and the one is here, as you can see. The other is over there. So whenever you're trying to do it, try to cut it in the shape of a letter. If you do this one along this direction, and for that you do it the other way, it's going to be easier for you to actually try to pull it out. Let's try to see how it goes from there. And then just a FYI, next I'm going to do this cut and then use the axe to chop into here. By the time you're chopping this, going to forcefully just open it up wider, so that it's going to be easier for you to dig it out. All right, let's get back to work. Okay, so I just cut another using the electric saw. As you can see, there's another tier, right? Next up, I'm going to use that axe over here to actually try to cut it through. You basically try to open this up even wider, and that's going to forcefully cause whatever is connected to actually tear open. And really important note is, do wear this goggle so that you do not get hurt or any wood chips into your eyes. All right, let's get back to it. So we're gonna start from there, and then this. Okay, and that's a big piece, so we're gonna handle that later. Alrighty folks, so I did a few chops so that you can see this blade is really cutting into it, so that it's actually open up. By the way, there's one piece I forgot to shoot, which is right there. I also cut it open through the saw as well, so that this piece is actually coming off, as you can see here, right? It's actually moving along, and that's where we can just do one or more minor touches, and this piece is going to come off. So next up, we're going to chop through this and then that. Okay, so I use the axe to cut into it a bit more, but as you can see, it's not entirely coming off. So basically what this means is that the saw needs more work. So it's essentially going to be this kind of iterative process where you use the electric saw to tear open, and then use the axe to cut it open wider, and then if it is still not entirely coming off, switch back to the saw until this entire piece can come off. Okay, and we're gonna worry about that here a bit later, once this is relatively easy to go. Okay, all right, and as you can see, that piece is entirely off, so we have an easy start. Hope it'll continue that way. Okay, so I did a bit extra touch on this thing here, so that you can see this is still not moving, but this one is. Okay. You actually can see it when you try to touch that. So the next thing, I'm going to use that little shovel to open it up a bit further, right? And then use the axe to cut this open even wider. And I believe this piece is almost there to come off. If not, there must be something here that is preventing it. So let's use the shovel to open it up and then cut it open. All right guys, so here's the result of the shovel, right? We pretty much can see that the piece ends right here, right? But we don't know how it looks like underground, but this is basically it. And to that end, it's gonna be hard to say, but this is where it ends. And also we can know that this is the result of the saw earlier, right? We actually can push this shovel in entirely, but this is the end. That means that whenever there is a connection down here, it's not going to entirely come open. So Okay, let's try to use the saw to cut this open even further and then switch back to the ratchet or axe. Okay, just one really light touch. This is what we got. Okay, we can already wiggle it using our hand, but it's not entirely coming off, but that means that there's one piece underneath. So in that sense, we're probably going to use that to cut underneath to see if there's anything, or alternatively you can use that this side to actually try to dig it out. But I'm still going to stick to this, and then we'll see how far we can go. Right. Okay guys, so if I use the digger side, which is this wider part, to stick into the beneath of the root, it actually come off pretty easily. So as you can see, it's already there. So I think that's pretty much going to be it. So there's going to be one more stop after I dig this entire thing up. All right folks, as you can see, the two big pieces are over there, and pretty much I cleared this piece up and the small piece, and this one turned out to be a bit of complication in there, where as you can see from here, it has actually have a bigger piece that's attached to the bottom of it, and which is why this is the last piece that's not coming off. So what we're gonna do, as I just say, is that between the axe and this, and then the little shovel, we're going to enter the iterative process. So the next thing I'm gonna do is that I'm going to use the electric saw to actually cut from this piece that is entirely not moved, and then we're gonna go from there. I'm going to cut into like 1 feet-ish, well, not even that, but you get the idea. Basically leveling it. All right, so that the rest of the landscape can still work on it. Yeah, all right, folks. As I said, it turned out that there's a bigger piece underneath it, but if we don't care, we can just leave it in there, right? At least we got what we want over here and all the other pieces, right? So we're gonna call it a day. Alrighty folks, as you can see, this is what we got. Want to call it a trophy. We essentially cut out this big piece of root. I think that's pretty much it for the day. As always, please click like if you like it, and subscribe to the channel for more of the gardening videos, and there's some more stuff on the shorts.